I know there are a few people who don't like this actress, but me, she's a brunette, and I like her. Let's get into it. Welcome. Hey guys, it's me, Joshua, aka Future Filmmaker 3940 here once again. I'm here with another top 10 list. And this time, we're doing a top 10 list on another one of my favorite actresses. And I figure since her birthday is coming, I figure I'll go ahead and do this. So we're basically talking about my top 10 favorite Olivia Wilde performances. Now, if you don't know who Olivia Wilde is, she is an actress, producer, and director, and she's also an activist. She holds dual citizenship of the United States and Irish, and she's one of my favorite brunette actresses, and she's one of my favorite actresses that I find to be beautiful. She's a beautiful face, angelic eyes, and beautiful green eyes. And I love women with green eyes. Dove Cameron also has green eyes. But I'm going to keep this completely focused on Olivia Wilde. So this is my list of my top 10 favorite Olivia Wilde performances. Now, before I get into the list, I do have some honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are two of these are her performances in TV shows. So, Venule, which was an HBO TV series that only lasted for one season, which was supposed to get a second season, but HBO decided to pull the plug on it for some reason. Butter, the movie with her, Ashley Greene. Third Person, with her, Liam Neeson, and a bunch of other people. Love the Coopers. Turistas, with her and Josh Duhamel. The Lazarus Effect, and Season 1 of Episode 10 of Son of Zorn, which is now canceled, where she plays Jason Sudeikis' character Zorn's ex-girlfriend in voiceover format. Yes, Olivia Wilde does a good voiceover work. So let's get in. All those are good performances for her. I just couldn't put them on the top 10 list, but this is what did make my top 10 list. And let's get started. Coming in number 10 is In Time. In Time, I think this is a really good performance from her. I think she's great for the screen time she's given. Basically, if the setting is you stop aging at 25, and in order to keep living, you have to buy time. And if you don't, your life inspectors, you're basically done. And it's a cool concept for a movie, and this movie got mixed reviews. I thought this was a pretty underrated film. Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, good. She's good in here for the screen time she's given, but she plays Justin Timberlake's 50-year-old mom. Hey, I'm not complaining about that because her character is basically 50-year-old hot mom. But I think the premise is really good. I think the director did a good job. I think she did a good job. I just feel like this is one of those hidden gems that not a lot of people talk about. And I feel like the film is underrated. And if you're one of those people who don't like Olivia Wilde, I could say give her another shot, but I don't know. But just at least be 100% optimistic and try. But In Time, I think is a very underrated film. One of my favorites from 2011. Coming in number 9 is The Change Up. Now, I know my friend John Avenger 71985, he doesn't like this movie. I know a lot of critics don't like this movie. I know there are some people who don't like this movie, but there are plenty who do enjoy the movie. I am one of those people who do like this movie. You do see her working with Jason Bateman's character, and she's kind of she's attractive. And yes, I can do without some of the jokes. The movie could have tightened up the pacing a little bit. And I feel like that if some of the jokes were taken out, I think this would have been much better for people who hated it, but it's basically an R-rated version of Freaky Friday. But you got Jason Bateman in here, you got Leslie Mann in here, she's alright. Ryan Reynolds, always funny, especially in Blade Trinity, the part where he screaming at the dog. And Olivia Wilde's funny herself. I'm not going to say what scene involves her and Ryan Reynolds together because you need to check out the movie for yourself. But I will say that there's one scene where she's walking in slow motion and she's wearing red. Red looks good on any woman. But to change up, I think it's a funny comedy. Coming in number 8 is Meadowland. Now, Meadowland, this movie is great. And not only Olivia Wilde stars in this movie, she also produced it. I think Meadowland, this is a really good drama. And basically, the premise of it is also pretty cool. Their son has been Olivia Wilde's son in the movie, who's her and Luke Wilson's characters. They have a son, and their son is kidnapped, and she continues to fall. She has a lot of guilt and depression, and it's a good drama. I think this is a really good movie. Sarah goes down a very dark path here, and I just think the performance of her is also really good. She was great, and not only she was, again, like I said, not only she was in this movie, but she produced this movie. I thought that was really good. You also got John Leguizamo in here, Ty Simpkins, Giovanni Ribisi. A lot of good performances in this movie, and this is a very good movie. It has a 100% Rotten Tomatoes, and just this movie, the filmmaking is great. The performances are authentic. The atmosphere of this movie is very, very close to home. And if you ain't seen Meadowland, you need to see it because this was good. Coming to number 7 is The Incredible Burt's Wonderstone, another comedy that a lot of people don't like. I think The Incredible Burt Wonderstone is pretty cool, and it has magic in it, so how can I turn down movies with magic? Steve Carell is pretty funny. Her character's name is Jane in here. I think all the acting in this movie is pretty good. It's good premise, and he's trying to revive his career after his partner quits. It's just very cool stuff. The acting is great. The performances are nice. I think how this movie plays out is really good. All the performances here are great. You got Steve Carell, Steve Buscemi, Olivia Wilde as Jane, and she's great. All the acting is amazing. So, and the things, it deals with something else more than magic. It's also dealing with someone who's trying to get his career back on the path. So I appreciate that, and I think this movie is fairly misunderstood. I think not a lot of people watch this movie, and now people say it's not fun. I think it's funny. If critics hate it, that's their opinion. Coming to number 6 is Rush, directed by Ron Howard, starring her, Chris Hemsworth, but Chris Hemsworth is a star, by the way, and his character gets married to Olivia Wilde's character in this movie. This movie, she has an accent. She does have an accent, but she is an American actress, and her accent is really good, and she has blonde hair in this movie. The relationship between her and Chris Hemsworth doesn't last that long, unfortunately, and yes, Olivia Wilde does get a little bit underused, but when she shows up in the movie, it's fantastic. Daniel Brühl, this is the only film I do like him in, and his little appearance in The Bourne Ultimatum, he was okay. I didn't really care too much for him in Captain America Civil War, and I did like him I enjoyed him in Cloverfield Paradox this year. The racing scenes are really good. Ron Howard does a good job directing. I think Hans Zimmer's music fits in the era that this movie takes place in. It fits. because this is based on a real event, and this is based on a rivalry between James Hunt and Niki Lauda, and that's why I really appreciate it. You also got a cameo, a small appearance by Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones in here at the beginning, which is one of the girls Chris Hemsworth makes out with. But Rush, this is a good drama, good sports drama. Check it out. Coming in number 5 is Cowboys and Aliens. I swear, this movie just gets so much hate. It's not even funny. I reviewed this movie last year for Halloween month, and that is one of my videos that didn't do so well on YouTube. But I may not have the best quality and stuff, but I'm at least making effort to make videos. And basically, like I said, the premise is a stranger, he has no memory, he wakes up in the middle of nowhere, and you have Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Olivia Wilde in here. They're all great. Now, Olivia Wilde, when they were making this movie, she wasn't aware that a certain scene where she comes out of the fire, she wasn't aware that they were going to show her backside. But of course, PG-13, right, of course, but she wasn't aware. This movie only made $174.8 million, and I felt like that just wasn't right. And I thought the film was pretty entertaining, and it was pretty awesome, and she does a great job. She does a fantastic job, and she's amazing here. I think all of the acting here is really good, and all of the performances are really good. I think the setting is really good. Just the film should have made more. I think this movie should have made more money than Green Lantern, to say the least. But yeah, this movie, Cowboys and Aliens, quite underrated. Coming in number 4 is Alpha Dog. Yes, Alpha Dog. And this was a movie I also reviewed last year. And I have to be honest, Olivia Wilde has scenes in here, but this was a really good drama about this kidnapping that actually happened. You got good performances in here from everyone. You got Justin Timberlake, Emile Hirsch, Sean Hennessy, Anton Yelkin, Amanda Seyfried, a cameo by Lil Small, and cameo by Amber Heard. You got Olivia Wilde herself. When you first see her, her hair is blonde, but then when you get to the end of the movie, her hair is a brunette. And I have to say, she does look beautiful as a blonde. I can tell you that. It doesn't matter which hair color she has, she is still good. And the reaction of the actual real life family that this movie is based off of, they really enjoyed this the movie, and the kidnapping of this character is just really good. And it's good. It's a good movie, but it's also sad what happens to him, because that was unfair. And if I was in this kind of situation where it was me being kidnapped, and if I was killed, my family would be upset too. But I'm not pointing myself out there. But Alpha Dog, good movie. Coming to number 3 is Her. Yes. This movie I talked about quite a bit in my top 10 favorite Scarlett Johansson list. Do I really have anything else to say about this movie except that she's great in here? I also like Scarlett Johansson in here. Again, I would have her, Olivia Wilde or Elizabeth Olsen as, if my computer, if you had artificial intelligence that could talk to you, those 3 would be my top 3. I choose to have a voiceover, and this is a good love story about a man but he's in love with the artificial intelligence. I really don't have anything else to say except you'll have to wait until I give my thoughts on it on this channel. Coming to number 2 is The Death and Life of Bobby Z. Yes, with this movie, you want to see Olivia Wilde before Tron Legacy? You don't need to seek here. She's she's incredibly sexy in this movie. She's really great. I love the scenes with her and Paul Walker. This movie is shot very well. Yes, this movie did get a release in theaters, but it didn't last that long in theaters. It only made $912,754. And I felt like the movie got taken out way too soon. But you have Paul Walker in here. He's great. Lawrence Fishburne's great. I like the story of Paul Walker having to intimidate a dead drug dealer. And if he does this, he does get freedom, and he gets Olivia Wilde. And also Paul Walker produced this movie too. So he knew what he was up to. It's an hour and 37 minutes. It goes by quick. The film is shot really well. There's no shaky cam or anything. I can see what's going on. Everything is just pretty. The acting is great. I recommend you watch The Death and Life of Bobby Z if you ain't seen this movie. Now, coming in my number one favorite performance from Olivia Wilde, John Avenger 71985 is going to agree with me. Tron Legacy. Yes. Both of these Tron movies are so underrated. It's not even funny. I love the first Tron, but this is my favorite of the two Tron movies. I wish they would do a third film. But I like the high concept. I like all the awesome stuff they did. The visual effects are really good. I love the music by Daft Punk, the chroma keying and all that stuff. It's really good, and the movie's gotten criticized for character development. I like the production design. I like the soundtrack. I love the acting. I love the story of the movie. The CGI Jeff Bridges doesn't look that bad, people. It's not. It looks a heck of a lot better than the CGI Ghost Rider, some of the CGI in half of the movies you watch today. But the CGI Jeff Bridges doesn't look that bad. And it's 2 hours and 6 minutes. It goes by fast. And I felt like they should have made another film. And the sequel is on the hold. I don't know what's going on with the sequel. But instead of rebooting Tron, you're rebooting Tron way too early, Disney. Just do a third film, because I want to see how Quora reacts to the real world. And Olivia Wilde does an amazing job. And here is Quora. She's great. She did a lot of action. She trained in martial arts, and she's a cool female character, and she's awesome. And the scene with her sitting in the chair, I love that part, and I love her character. Basically, she's an awesome female character. Her and Garrett Hedlund have great chemistry together. I just think, Tron Legacy is just underrated, and if this movie deserves more. So, that was my top 10 favorite Olivia Wilde performances. Let me know what you guys think about this top 10 down below. What is your favorite Olivia Wilde performance? What's your least favorite performance of her? Do you like Olivia Wilde's actress? Do you hate her? I don't know who would hate her if you just don't find her attractive. But if you do find her attractive, then this is where you want to come. So, this is Future Filmmaker 39480 signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. And you guys, keep it cool.